My name is Frank Idemudia Alapa, that's my name. Talking sports is my game, and I am the greatest. I love listening to Better TV radio. For undiluted, unadulterated, it's probably replicated but still not yet duplicated. It's sports only on Better TV radio. I seriously love listening to it.
Hello, everybody. What's up, people? My name is Timmy Dakolo, and you're listening to TV radio. Stay tuned.
TV radio. Radio from radio broadcasting. Listen.
Are you looking for where to get the most quality and affordable furniture in Nigeria? Then look no further, because Chooks Interiors is your solution. From sofas to dining sets, tables, center rugs, you name it, we have got you covered. Check out any of our showrooms at Airport Road in Ikeja, Festac, or Alaba International Market. You can also find us on Facebook and Instagram at Chooks_Interiors. That is at CHUKS_Interiors. Call or send us a WhatsApp message on 0808 017 1229. That's 0808 017 1229. And we would love to hear from you. We are Chooks Interiors, and we offer quality for every budget.
You're listening to Better TV and radio.
Right, good morning and welcome to the Sports Buffet on Better TV Radio. My name is Daffy Matthew Sogana. You love to call me the Better One of Sports. How are you doing? Wherever you are, what's going on your end? As a Bayern partner, not fan. I'm an Arsenal fan. Yeah, I don't know. I'm an Arsenal fan. I love Arsenal. Let me see Milan. Real Madrid have entered the realm of Manchester United. But there's always this argument that sometimes it works for you, sometimes it works against you. But sometimes when it is just blatant, like the Robbie Van Persie's red card at the No Camp, it cannot get off my head. Okay, you just know that this is match fixing, and like they used to say, maybe because I look at football because. From this perspective, because it has affected me a lot when I was playing football. I don't know, maybe that's the reason why I always look at football like this. I don't know. But generally, I kind of like just look at football and I say, you know what? I see things that people don't see, and I understand things that people don't understand from a different angle and from a different look. I've played matches where if you tell me before the match that anything like make you play today, you will get red card. And even though I didn't get to pick a red card, but I got a yellow card that put me on the edge where I was very, very careful. You know how a player who doesn't mark gets a yellow card? As a player who doesn't mark. And yesterday I just saw what Bayern, for me, I thought that there were so many conversations. First off, Manenoa, what's wrong with you? You're playing at the Stadio Bernabeu. You know that there are no margin for error. That's what. Thomas Tuchel, why make the kind of substitution you make? Like you're leading 1-0 means that you've won the game. I don't understand. And even if you've won the game, let those guys die on the field. Let them die on the field. You don't have a league title to go and win. You don't have anything to go and win again but this one. Let them die on the field. But hey, you thought you'd secure the game away at home at the Bernabeu, where a place where you go where things can change. And then all this story coming out where the referee, they are hearing that the assistant referee is saying, I'm sorry, like it doesn't even just make sense at all. But hey, referees are like doctors, Doctors bury their mistake. Engineers would die under their mistake, and referees just bury their mistake with a line. I'm sorry, it's a mistake, human error, and everything is gone. I'm not angry. I'm not pissed. I'm just football keep proving me right. Now, It's not what they play on the field. It's some people in the business office who determine beforehand how a game should go. And, those things just make you feel, why are fans killing themselves? Why is all the buzz, all the noise going on, as if it is what they play on the field that really matters when it doesn't really matter. But hey, good morning and welcome to the Sports Buffet on the Liberty TV Radio. My name is Daffy Matches. I'm very to come in the Liberty of Sports. Plenty to talk about, but I would rely on you people. In the last 2 days, we've had terrible internet, terrible, situations that I wouldn't say it's beyond my control, but I mean, moving into this new place, and I'm seeing the things that. Okay, so I'm beginning to discover that the blocks of this house is not just block; it's casting. So it has made the internet a bit, unstable in certain areas. I now need to go and get fiber. I've just said that there's fiber optics to this end of the estate, so I need to get fiber and see if that would improve it. But it will take some time. I not get that money now. I'm looking for money to go to you for the Super Eagles game, so that's my focus. Fiber, the fact that I said it doesn't mean I'll go and buy it tomorrow. It's not a say it and walk into a shop and buy it. No, the business is like that. I hope that we get there one day. And let me say it up front. The last Friday of this month, God keeping all of us alive. Tuchel, please contact me via my DM on any of my social media platforms and send your account details. It's not me again. We all agreed on this one that the last Friday of the month, somebody will be randomly picked, and that person will post their account number here, and everybody on the show would send whatever. It's just a good giveaway. Now, there are some people that I'm too big, I don't need it. Bros, nobody's too big. If you get and finish, you and buy somebody for your office, give to your gate man, your estate, somebody. But the whole idea is so that there is consistency. The reason why I'm picking you already beforehand is that your consistency at bid first all the time is fantastic. Another thing I like to say is to make it go round and to make it good for everybody is that once they pick you once, that's it for the year. Before that you get picked again, it's going to be the next year. It's somebody else. It works for everybody that way. It does so that I remember when I was in Billa, people used to confront me when they see me on the show. Why is it that there are only certain people that you pick their call? You people don't pick our call. You don't like us. You just say our number. You just block us. Well, my red light when they see numbers, but people don't understand that at the time. People still say it today anyway. Thank God for YouTube, where the comment is there. You read everybody's comment. There is no. It's not. Oh, you don't like me. He hates me. All of that. So say which service provide. I mean, MTN. No, MTN is the best. I've tried all of them, but MTN is the best. But then I hear that NGCom is here now, and I want to try as much as I can to get their system installed here and see if it will be better. This work is all about internet. If internet doesn't work, all this gymnastic that I'm doing, it will look rubbish. But let's talk about the games yesterday. I just wanted to do the housekeeping, address this whole thing, and then see how it goes. Okay. Right now, I know that I can't recall the finals of the Champions League that Madrid have lost. So whatever I'm going to say here is my stupidity that is talking. But allow me to be stupid for once. Right now, I want Dortmund to win the Champions League finals. It would be very, very beautiful if Dortmund wins the Champions League finals, Bayer Leverkusen wins the Europa Cup finals. I would be extremely happy. I don't even want to see Madrid winning the Champions League in the next 10, 15 or 20 years, because for me, there is some things that just don't sit well with me. When they happen, I'm like, don't make it so blatant, don't make it so open that when you look at it, you're kind of like, okay, have we gotten to this place where these people are just taking us for granted, are taking us for a ride, are seeing us as idiots? Like Barcelona, for instance, had a great team, but sometimes the way they favor them that time just bring to question some of the greatness of the team. It also happened with AC Milan some years ago. You just look at this. Manchester United in the Premier League is a different conversation, and you just look at all of that. Like, what is the essence of having this money, having these quality players? You still need referees to help you. Sometimes I I don't feel. I get pissed off easily with certain things. Let's not forget, Reginald's 10 questions are here. They're getting harder every day. Come on, So that's just all of the things that I have to say. But we'll do proper diagnosis and analysis as we go on the show. But let's look at some of the stories that are making the headline and. Some of the talk that is going on. We hear that Zinedine Zidane is open for the Bayern job because he's turned down Paris Saint-Germain. He's not interested in Manchester United. That playing in the Devil's House is not good. But Bayern, in case you don't know, Bayern also, are Red Devils in their own right. But it is what it is. That's what they feel like. Thomas Tuchel slams absolute disaster of a decision to deny Bayern Munich a late equalizer against Real Madrid in dramatic Champions League semi-final defeat and blames two officials. Okay, let's move on there. A simple mistake swung the Champions League semi-finals out of the hands of Harry Kane and into those of Jude Bellingham. Now, the reason why I'm reading this, I'm just showing you how perspective matters in journalism. The British people, when they write the story of those Champions League, it is more about their players. It's not because they want to write stories of a team in Spain and a team in Germany, but it is more about their players, English players that are playing, rather than anything else. As a matter of fact, when Dortmund got to the finals, there was a very big screaming headline that says an English player would definitely win the Champions League medal this season. Either Sancho, Jude Bellingham, or Harry Kane, or someone Dyer or so, but definitely there is an English player that will be at the podium picking up a medal. And I just, when you watch these things, you learn. I mean, for somebody who is working very hard to promote and to push the Nigerian league, every opportunity is an opportunity to learn. Okay, so how are they doing it here? These people that are getting it right, what are they doing right that we can learn from, that we can copy and all that? So that's how it works for me. So when you see me highlighting these things that maybe you're not noticing, it's just because of how my perspective to things are now and the way I see these things. That's why it is like that. Thomas Tuchel insists Harry Kane was injured and had to take him off against Real Madrid. Bayern Munich boss was slammed for subbing star striker to spark late collapse. Okay, so if he's injured, well, we can forgive him. Well, why did they remove Leroy Sané anyway? Leroy Sané have not been playing 90 minutes, but I thought that he was having a good goal, a good run on the opposition, and Musiala as well. I don't understand. I mean, he's a coach. Sometimes we can ask these questions, we can even blame them, but let's be very, very honest. Another thing that people do about Jurgen Klopp that I don't like. Okay, look at this headline. Liverpool's net spend of £346 million since Jurgen Klopp arrived in 2015 shines a light on the German as he prepares. This is the kind of thing they did with Arsene Wenger that I did not like. I don't care how much you spend. You're the one who choose to spend that, okay? I was asking a friend of mine, we're having a conversation, and I asked him, I said, if Jurgen Klopp had gone to Man City with the kind of money that they have, you think that Man City, Jurgen Klopp would spend this type of money? Or if you had gone to Chelsea, where the owners buy players even before the coach will go wake up from sleep, you think that they will not spend 1 billion? The thing is, he went to a club that doesn't have money, and he achieved what he achieved. But let's not make any mistake about it. Liverpool were also high-spending club. Yes, they may have bought some players for cheap. They may have plucked some players with a good network of scouts and football directors and people like that behind the scene. But the truth of the matter is, they spend money. So I don't want anybody coming out. Football, the most successful clubs are the high-spending clubs. If you tell me that Jurgen Klopp does not need to spend money to win, please, you should go and coach Luton Town and bring them to the top of the Premier League and let them compete in the top of the Premier League. Then we can have that understanding. So for me, that conversation doesn't even hold water at all. Money, now when you not get money, bone they sweet to buy from market. That's how you did not say bone they give calcium. If you get money, you go shop steak, you go chop. That's how you go not say mushroom. They healthy. You come when you not get money, you dey eat to survive. When you get money, you dey eat to taste. That's why you can't know balanced diet. You can't know the type of vegetable way good. Now because you don't get money, when you don't get money, you get trenches, as my student will say. You dey trenches, you dey eat to survive. No. So like every Wednesday if I go school, I'll brush up right, I'll buy some snacks and all that. Addition to the food that I get. When I bring it out, like, okay, guys, you see, like practically, if I buy snacks, I'll bring it home. My kids will take maybe just one like that, and they're okay. But every time I do that, I just see the difference. Like everybody's in a hurry. Some people want to hide and take more. And I tell them, like, calm down. Okay, but you see the survivor, like everybody survive, trying to survive. It's the life on the street. That's how it is. Everybody first of all take care of number one. So when you tell me you're the club, so now because you go club, we not get money. We not get money. Now they talk say rich life now expensive vanity. Okay, Madrid's the league reveals what linesman said to him after his errant flag denied Bayern Munich late equalizer against Real Madrid. Okay, you can go read that one on the Daily Mail anyway. Momentary Ferdinand tells Antonio Rudiger Real Madrid's second goal against Bayern has been ruled out before VAR intervened, as Man United legend revealed he had a celebration planned with ex-Chelsea star. Okay, so some of the things that you normally don't get to know before, when you see them, you get surprised when you see them on the screen. Now we're beginning to know that some of these things are actually planned. Again, it goes to support my argument that I've always said to you that most of these things you see in football, they are scripted. They don't just happen. Oh, it's not a spontaneous, everything is spontaneous. Football happen. No, football is like biscuit. Nobody know where it will break. No. Football is a movie. It is scripted. And you might not agree, but it does happen. Yeah, so let me deal with one of the first questions that came in since yesterday night. Tunji. Okay, so Tunji asked a question. He said, "Good evening, sir. This is yesterday. He said, please, I want to ask a question for the show tomorrow morning. I don't want to forget, hence I ask now. I hear coaches get slandered by former players, maybe about how ruthless a manager was during their time at the club. Notable names are Pep, Alex Ferguson, even Arteta, Jose Mourinho, etc. I understand that you need to be ruthless and make difficult decisions to be successful, but to be honest, I barely hear or read news on Ancelotti. I may be wrong, but it just seems like maybe players rather not talk about it. But what do you think makes him special that even when he leaves a team, you barely hear any disgusted player talk of how he was treated? So for Ancelotti, I think Ancelotti learned early. If you read the Sondolise book, and I have a copy that I can give you. I hardly give my book out to people anyway, but I have a spare copy that I can give you. If you read the Sonny Lisa's book and you follow the memos of Thierry Henry, Thierry Henry is not in the media. There was a time where, if you go back, and then also Zidane had something to say about Carlo Ancelotti. Maybe, your new generation, so it's been a while. Carlo Ancelotti was way more ruthless than anybody that you know now. Carlo Ancelotti was not just only ruthless, he was tribal. In his first job at Juventus, that was the time that Thierry Henry played at Juventus. That was Carlo Ancelotti is actually partially the reason why Zidane made up his mind to leave Juventus, in case you don't know. Also Sondolise, also Amoroso that played for Juventus at the time. I think he also went to Dortmund or so. So you gotta understand that there are times where you do some things, you learn from it, and then you move on. Someone that's like, okay, you know what, this is who I am, this works for me, I don't give a hoot about it. And I think every coach is ruthless. Every coach, whether the ones that are taking club to relegations and the ones that are, because again, when you have to make provision for a group of people, and you have, say, 30 people, but you can only cater for 18 or 15, you're going to make some decisions that does not work well. As a coach, I've been there many times. When I had to look at my younger brother, my blood brother, and fire him, it was a very ruthless decision. But again, I could have also not fire him. I could have just let him be and then try to warn him. But in this situation, the circumstances that I was in, I needed to. Once I made that decision, every other person will sit up. They know that. Not just any of my brother, but like my favorite. Yes, I have a favorite brother. That's my favorite little brother, right? And everybody knows it. Like, we're peas and pies. We're, like really, really, really bonded together. And then I fired him. It's like, you're idiot, right? I fired him, and it brought down the wings of everybody. So sometimes coaches do that. Coaches like, you say the decision to fire Harry Kane, Roy Kane from Manchester United is wrong. Japstam, Ruud van Nistelrooy. Ruud van Nistelrooy went to Sir Alex Ferguson and told him that signing Ronaldo means that they will not win anything. And the coach said, "You are not going to play for me ever again," and sold him to Real Madrid. Now that ruthless, but then they went on to win, and Cristiano Ronaldo, look at Cristiano Ronaldo, how great it turned out to be today. Most times, people will tell you that, oh, you shouldn't have said that, you regret it. No, you did not regret it. The truth is, sometimes when you say such a thing, that is what might inspire people to improve. And then again, I also don't like it, but it does happen. Let me give you a very good example. The other day, somebody said, do you know that if Lai Zamuji did not sack you, you will not be this good. They were trying to create like, let's the whole Discord, let's fix it, let's make peace, let's be friends, let's create a settlement. The man regrets it now, we all know. And I said to them that, listen, first of all, we cannot settle. The settlement is not because he fired me. Like that, try and understand that. Firing me, okay, that's the first time in my life I was getting fired on the job. But again, you have to fire me for doing wrong. You can't fire somebody for doing good, for being progressive. You can't fire somebody like that. That means you're a devil. That's what. Two, which haunting me and doing the things he did after I had left, it's the reason why we cannot settle. So don't even think about it. I was talking to Victor Kleber, and I know, we have to find a way. The blah 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 blah. It all even got Madrid involved in the conversation. I was like, the thing with me and all of them, say, I come around you guys as friends. I don't ask for help from you people, so you can't manipulate my decisions and my choices, right? So some coaches, ruthlessness is based on the choices, trying to forge a discipline or make progress. Look at Erik ten Hag and Mikel Arteta. If Arteta had tried to be nice to everybody, Arsenal will still be out of the Champions League, not even competing for the title, not even in a place where they say, you must win the title, right? But he came in, he was ruthless. Ruthless to Mesut Ozil, ruthless to Aubameyang, Lacazette, Guendouzi, Torreira, Ashley Lanais, everyone that he needed to be ruthless to. Because again, the project requires that, and we're not seeing result. Erik ten Hag on his own tried to use Cristiano Ronaldo as one single example to cut off. And not to Pep Guardiola. Pep Guardiola came to Manchester City, a team that just won the league title. What was the first thing he did? Fire the goalkeeper of the season in your heart. Sorry, I'm laughing. But it was funny, And all them all the other guys knew that their days were numbered. And gradually, all them got clean sheets. Everybody started weeding them out. The first signing was Ike Gundogan. The only player remaining of all the players that he came to meet is Kevin De Bruyne. Every other person is gone. That's ruthlessness, because it tells you, I'm going to build a team based on my element, my character, my being. And within this team that he's been building, he's let people go. Zinchenko, Gabriel Jesus. Okay, you can understand that when he was trying to build a competition so that he doesn't just throw to the title. Imagine he didn't help Arsenal right now. You know how Man City for that win the league since like 10 games to go. Okay, now look at what they did to the Jack Cancelo and in every other places. But the result shows that it was right. People talk about what I did to Zlatan or Samuel Eto'o. My question is, would you rather have had the Zlatan success, or you would rather have the Messi success? Ask yourself this question. Which one is better? So it's not well with those decisions. Coaches are ruthless. If some players are not talking about some things, it's because they've gotten past it. Some will talk, some will not talk. The Breda decision at the time, I was the one that was quiet. I was the one that was most hot, but I kept quiet. It was until Murphy Jemba started talking, Sean Amadi started talking. This really happened in this place. Yeah. So sometimes when people don't talk, it doesn't mean that. I know people that have, in time past talked about the things. One time nobody said anything about Alex Ferguson being ruthless or anything. It's now that social media, media is coming that is happening. So the people really do have those situations where they say something. Well, I don't think that there's ever going to be any coach that will be successful that will not have to deal with the situation where you need to be ruthless. Because if I have, let's say for instance now, somebody comes and give me $1 million and say, give away to all your subscribers that are regular on your live show, you go shocked, say somebody go deal with the money no go reach, and that person will feel offended. somebody go there will be say gift no go reach. So if you have gift that is not the size of the people, you never go somebody wedding where be say that they carry jollof rice, they pass you like this, they pass you, it no reach you. The wedding see good, everything fine. You shop for your house, you even belly full, but the only memory you will have of that wedding is that jollof rice they not give you. Not be say the wedding not fine, the wedding see the way we talk about the wedding tough, but for you that jollof rice they not give you, so it's the biggest problem. So the ruthlessness, it's something that happens within the coaching space. It happens in life. Everybody feels it, but you just have to go with it. Let's look at the transfer speculations that are running around, and then come back to your questions. So this Thursday, your comment. There is Reginald Stein. Reginald, I'm not talk sure. Maybe I say I did drive the people who they push my show up, because people like Khadija Lafama, they even like the Reginald pass me safe when they watch. Aston Villa are confident they can beat Arsenal and Manchester United to the signing of Crystal Palace 22-year-old French winger Michael Olise. Arsenal don't need this player. They need a winger. They should rather go for Mohamed Kudus. Now the player will go play 6 games in a season where you have about 50 games to play. It's useless. Okay, Arsenal, please leave him. Leave him alone. Manchester United are expected to enter talks with Olise in the coming weeks. So, hey, can go to that club. That's the go and play in the Devil's House. With Crystal Palace wanting 60 million. Tottenham are ready to give manager Ange Postecoglou the funds to sign striker, centre back, and midfielder this summer. Well, Spurs are practically one of the most successful clubs in England in terms of making money, so they can afford to do that. Okay, so there should be no complaint. At least 2 Premier League clubs have inquired about signing Mason Greenwood, 22, but Manchester United's English striker, who is on loan at Getafe, is still more likely to move overseas if so this summer. Chelsea have not offered Belgium forward Romelu Lukaku 30 as part of the possible deal to Napoli's 25-year-old Nigerian striker Victor Osimhen. And this deal is about to go down. Well, I mean, let's talk about it. How would Osimhen be in this Chelsea team? They are not matured yet. They are not title contenders yet. They are not pushing for title. How would he be? Would he come out as Nicolas Jackson, or would he come out as Osimhen 2.0, like a better version of Osimhen? Would it be a 30 to 40 goal Osimhen at Chelsea, the current Chelsea? Do they have people who supply the passes? I mean, Osimhen's route to goal is... Osimhen will not waste those chances that Jackson is wasting. That one is for sure. I mean, Osimhen does not... doesn't need fasting prayer to score goal. That guy is a beast. You can't argue against that one. That one is settled already. Forever, oh Lord, the word is settled in heaven. For Osimhen scoring goals, even if you like, even his own enemies knows that one is guaranteed. But the drama, the attended drama that come with Osimhen, would it be allowed in the Premier League? Would the media not shredding? Would they not take him to pieces? And then would Osimhen be able to handle it? Because now like coconut head, we know what's in that one. I get coconut head, very minute thing will not matter. We see the kind of Ferrari with that, because today Osimhen don't make enemies, even with some people will be saying that they're the best friends. So I'm just saying. Chelsea fans, especially the ones in Nigeria, you guys might want him now, but I don't want to hear on this show make anybody complain. For fan strike, make anybody not complain. Chelsea have reached a verbal agreement on personal terms with Palmeiras. 17-year-old Brazilian winger William Estaval. That boy should go to Spain coming to England. Okay. Chelsea and Aston Villa have been put off a deal for Athletic Club and Spain winger Nico Williams on one because of his wage demand. Manchester United has spoken with Bayern Munich manager Thomas Tuchel advisors to gauge his interest in replacing Erik ten Hag. Dear Manchester United fans, okay, let's accept now, even though Bobby Okugwe and Johnny Gaffer doesn't seem to agree with me that Erik ten Hag, Baby Pep, will be fired at the end of the season. Me, I don't type exactly that since I have sent it by email or by post or by facsimile or whatever, or by email or dispatch, he will be fired. Now, I want to ask Manchester United fan, is Thomas Tuchel your guy? Is that the guy you want right now? Like this project that because you're rebuilding, and I think that you need one Well, again, to have him and then wait for everybody's waiting for Messiah, Xabi Alonso next season. Everybody's waiting for him. I'm fine, but is that the guy you need? The one season guy who the next season begins to disintegrate? Is that the guy you need right now? I don't know. Okay, but we shall see. Stockport County are in talks with Aston Villa over a permanent deal for 20-year-old English forward Louis Barry, who helped them win promotion to League One this season. Borussia Dortmund, 34-year-old former German attacking midfielder Marco Reus, who is out of contract in the summer, is in talks over a deal with Major League Soccer side St. Louis City. Oh, St. Louis, okay. Denmark striker Martin Babatunde Braithwaite, 32, can leave Espanyol as a free agent in July if they are promoted from the Spanish second tier. If they do not, he can leave for 600,000 euros. Wow. So it's good enough to play in the lower league. It's not good enough to play for you when you get promotion. Well, no problem. That guy is rich. He's rich enough to even buy the club. So let me not even talk about this problem. Galatasaray are set to sign Chelsea 31-year-old Moroccan winger Hakim Ziyech. Hakim Ziyech now is 31 just now. I made most I say 29. Okay, no problem. The sun rotate, the earth rotate differently in different part of the world. Okay, sorry. What was? Sorry. Oh, okay. Galatasaray are set to sign Chelsea's 31-year-old Morocco winger Hakim Ziyech on a permanent contract after he impressed on loan this season. West Ham faced competition from Napoli for Anderlecht 20-year-old Belgian defender Zeno the Best, according to Area Napoli via Sport Witness. And finally, former Hamburg manager Tim Walter is a candidate to replace Liam Rossini at Hull City. Okay, let's see how that one goes. If it go well for him, thank God. Oh, Michael Olise is in the news like every single day. Every day I flip the news, there is something about Michael Olise. Everybody's talking about him. Well, I don't know what's going to happen, where it would end, but my hope and prayers is that it doesn't end at Arsenal. Do I not like him? I do. So young player is good. Well, that's just it. I don't want a player who cannot play regularly. I don't want a player who will not be available when needed. I want a player who would always be available when needed. That's the kind of player you need. And you don't want a player who you're afraid, you get injured today, it's not going to be late tomorrow. I don't. That kind of thing is. It's not good for a club like Arsenal right now. If you go to other club, you could work, but for Arsenal, no. Oyoma, according to my people, so you have to look at that. Now let's go to the 10 questions. Like 21 questions, 50 cents. The original 10 questions. Wow. Okay. Hello, Dafo Original here again. Who are the content creators in Nigeria and abroad you would love to work with? In Nigeria, I practically would love to work with everybody who does MPFL related content in Nigeria, because again, I think that space is not well explored yet, so there's still a lot to do. They are smarter with the way they manipulate the cameras and the software and all that, the editing, but I'm smarter with the idea generation. I'm good with ideas generation, if you know. So there's a balance. There's a balance we can work, but key people I love to collaborate with. Toby Adequaju, I always love to collaborate with him. Andrew Randa, Fatih doesn't do much with the MPFS space. She's more in tennis, basketball, athletics, and the rest of them, but she's my favorite, so I would like to work with her. My favorite Nigerian content creator, so I like to work with her as well. Collaborate with her, sorry. So Lori Sports, I like to do something. I love to do something with Lori Sports. Kosis Ochikona in Port Harcourt, I love to do something with him. There's a guy, OG guy in Anambra, that did Pidgin English commentary for Super Sports some time ago. I would like to do something with him. There's an Awusa commentator in the north, in is it Kanu or so, somewhere, that I would also love to do something with. And then there's a whole lot of guys that I really Felix Agumuche, aka Felix the Great, I like to do something with him, and a few other guys like that are in that space that I love to do something with. Do you have a crush on anyone in your industry or outside? Be honest. No, no, I don't. I don't. Maybe before now, maybe Eva Longoria, Jennifer Lopez, Julia Roberts, for that are fine lips. Sure. Quite a few of them. Salma Hayek. She's short, but I mean, she's just like the way she talks, just gets you in the mood. But in my industry, okay, this is not disrespect, but I I don't know. I don't. I used to work with Oge. Oge used to be pretty hot, today bread, fresh, but she was more like I look at Oge more like a sister, probably. I watch her grow. We all grew together, so I kind of like look at like a kid sister rather than crushing. I don't think I have anybody in the industry that I ever crushed on, but there are quite a few ladies that are very good in my industry and even outside the industry. But the Nigerians say, nah, I don't crush on people like that. But outside Nigeria in the movie industry, there's a whole lot of people a whole lot of ladies that I crush on, and movie, music as well. Number three, who's made life in media most difficult and frustrating for you? Baba Femi Raji. Straight up Baba Femi Raji. What do you love the most about your job? I think I like everything. So I'm a Pan Africanist, and being a Pan Africanist, I think that the thing that they used to colonize us the most, it's not even gunpowder, it's not even slavery. It's terrible, but we can. I mean, the Jewish people got past the Holocaust. Okay, even though they are committing their own Holocaust in Gaza right now, history will always like to repeat itself. But the thing that they used to enslave us and deprive us the most was information. So I'm fascinated by information. I love the fact that every once in a while I have the opportunity to eliminate somebody, to break down information to people. I know the whole molecule of information now, the way it works, and having come this far, looking at myself like 10, 15, maybe 20 years ago, how I used to react to things and how I now react to things, the way I see things, is something that I love. I also love the fact that I was born an expressive person because my mom and my dad are my DNA is expression. Okay, so my job gives me the chance to express myself. Learning how to now manage that information and know what to give out. The hardest part of my job, let me tell you, the hardest part of this job is you sit down with people who trust you with information. And sometimes it's a test. They trust you with information and tell you this thing what they tell you. So I just make it stay between me and you. And you know that you can go on the show and they use it to get an edge over people who are like your competition. But being able to manage it and not share the information. Because I've had, few occasions where people call me and say, man, Inafi, essay. No, not too many of these, my senior ones call me Inafi. Essay, like, I respect you. You had a chance to use the information I gave you against me or against this person, the minister or this governor or the president or this person, but you just chose not to use it. That's some brilliant. And as I also, you were monitoring me. I don't know. So that's what I love, the ability to be creative with words and to also do what I do to change an ecosystem, to first build an ecosystem and watch it grow. Even though in the midst of it, you get insulted. Take for instance, yesterday I was asking a very simple, basic question on Twitter. This KK that Eyimba are selling in Lagos, but they're not selling in Aba, this jersey that we saw, what's it called? Cyber wear on social media. How did Eyimba go from Joma to KK? Eyimba is the biggest club in Nigeria, one of the biggest club in West Africa, one of the biggest club in Africa, by name, not by facility or infrastructure. How did they go from Joma, who's been kicking them since forever, to KK without any information, no fanfare? How much? What is the money that they're making? Kano Wako, is KK Kano Wako's business? Is that King Kano? Is that his business? If it is that not conflict of interest? How did they move from this to this? If Kano Wako gets fired tomorrow, what happens with the jerseys? And not, I just ask a simple question. Some people are online. This is the same people who want to see Nigerian League be the best. Are they attacking me? Oh, I don't like Kanu. Do I have to like Kanu? We talk about Onana, Man United, Eric Ten Hag, Glazer. Everybody on Twitter that is talking about the Glazers will get 1% of Glazer money. They talk shit about him. Kroenke, I know how people shredded Kroenke. He's a billionaire. Nobody of all the people talking have ever had $1 million in their hand. But hey, guess what? We have the right to. When you talk about one ex-footballer, when we say he don't know left from the right, and then people come out and you like, you hate this guy. Wait, what? Enyimba is a public business. It's a state property, so it's a public business. And they're playing in the Nigerian league, and they are supposed to be a model for every other person to follow. If they're doing something wrong, you ask questions. It's not like I didn't make an allegation or criticism. I just ask simple questions, and everybody is like, "What the fuck?" Let's move on. Question number 4. Name the 5 best content you ever made as a YouTuber. First one is the content that got us monetized. I will never forget that one. Suleiman Ayomide Lawal, that small boy that we did the video of in 2018. That's like the content, first content that got me to tears. Okay, so it got 154,000 views, within a very short period of time. It's a 4-minute clip, but that's like the best, like top. No matter what I do ever, if I like, let me go and produce Ryan Coogler's type Black Panther, I would always see that content as like the number. It's the one that made me like, oh, okay, so this thing can be like this. That's the one that got me sit up and say, you know what, we've got to do something here. That's the number 1. Number 2 is the 18th episode of the episode 1 to 18 of Sports as the Odd. Even though Sports as the Odd got me fired, but it's one of those things that I will look back to and say, this is where my life turned around in media. Because again, when I look back now and see the trajectory of where I was going, I look at some of my colleagues that I work with in radio and where I am, what I do, what I'm able to move, the places I'm able to enter, they can't even dream of it. It's like, that's where my life was heading. I wouldn't have had a third child if I was still working in radio, let's be very honest. And a whole lot of things wouldn't have happened in my life. So that content that got me fired, number 2. Number 3 is, remember that interview during COVID with, so I did Osimhen, I did Igalo, and I did Tawawuni. That Osimhen interview was the beginning of every conversation that started, that started this media rush around Osimhen, because people really didn't like Osimhen at the time. It was the conversation that started the media rush. So I feel like, okay, I'm a catalyst to what has become the Osimhen big media brand. That's number 3. Number 4. There's an interview that I don't think anybody will remember, but okay, say so as a YouTuber, that's not a YouTuber. As a YouTuber, number 4 is when John Ogu came to the studio. I was still doing EM show at the time, and he said that I should mark his word. In the next 1 year, Victor Osimhen will be the biggest Nigerian player transfer. I mean, some of you watched that interview. That's my number 4. The sacrifice that John Ogu made to come here. First of all, got lost, drove to Ekpe, turned back, and still came, sat down with. I would always respect John Ogu for the rest of my life, right? For that sacrifice. And then number 5 is the interview I did with the current assistant coach of the Nigerian under-17 team, Olumide. Yeah, that's number 5, and he shares that number 5 position with my interview with Coach Ayere. I mean, I always love all of the work that I've done, the body of work that I've done with Coach Ayere. But those are the like top 5, like any day, anytime. Every other thing you see me do, whether it's Martin Tyler, David Dean, Arsene Wenger. They're not mean anything as far as I'm concerned. Name the 5 best interview you ever did as a journalist. Number 1, Brandy Deyes interview, still in Brilla. My Arsene Wenger interview at the World Cup in 2014, where he told me that Arsenal was going to sign Alexis Sanchez, and it was an exclusive. I think I was the first few people who knew that. And also the interview that got me to broke the story that James Rodriguez was going from Monaco through Madrid to that's 3. There's this interview that I did with Stephen Keshi at the Dipodino Stadium. I was learning the ropes then, but I kind of like the way it's set up before we did the interview. So that was 4. Some crazy interview. And the interview, well, but it didn't turn out to be an interview. The interview that I wanted to do with Honorable Karabo, that he said you're very stupid, and then that became, the whole war, the fight, the quarrel that led to, a full-blown war that eventually turned out to be this whole me being a part of a strong push for the MPFL. That also is my number 5. Jesus. Have you ever beaten a woman, girlfriend or not, in brackets? No, so it's not because of any of. A girl. I dated a girl before. Who I was talking to my sister. My mom was not well. I was talking to my sister in the Netherlands on the phone for a very long time when I was in Korea, and she came in and I just greeted her. I was still talking on the phone, and she got angry, took my phone and smashed it. It was the Nokia M series. I bought it in Dubai when I went for soccer race. The value in naira was 90,000 naira. This was 2004. So think about it for a minute. And she took the phone. That one that some of you don't know, the camera on the top, you can rotate it 360. I smashed it on the wall, and I just bought it like 3 weeks ago. That's the I came, walked out, went to Balindi, went to buy some food stuff, came back, cooked, finished, we ate. I looked at her and I said, that this is the last shot, this is the last you would ever come to this place. That's 1. 2. I said, you see this compound? This is 12 plots of land, 2 acres of land. I have military security at the gate. I'm the only person staying here. So it's like those people would deny that they didn't see you coming. That's why your parents don't know where you be right now. You see this land, this whole plenty ground will be like farm. So I can kill you here. I tell her I can kill you here, dig this ground, bury you. You go turn manure for cassava or for anything with the plants. But you choose to be untrained, unreasonable because you think you're jealous, right? But bye-bye. Eventually she left. And that's the end of it. Now my point here is that's like the most provocative moment I've had. But the way my mom raised us, bit woman. Okay, man. I'm not sure there's any of my mother's child that would beat a woman because it's not. So I've not done that. I've not raised my hand on a woman. It's not ever gonna happen. Have you ever fought in public? Joke. Why me? What's the do this girl? Would you be safe? Fight in public. That's I get PhD now for fighting in public. Have you ever shot a gun? If yes, share the details. No, I haven't, but I've had guns like on different occasions, but I've not shot a gun. I have not. I wish I would have shot somebody. There's a guy called Samuel in Warri back in the day. I wish I would have shot him. Well, just let it slide. Eventually got killed by police. Who would you most desperately want to interview if there is no obstacle? Vladimir Putin. Vladimir Putin, without a shadow of doubt. Like I like to. If you know how I'm jealous of Kelson Tucker. Like I'm jealous of him. Vladimir Putin. 1. Tony Blair, not because I like him, I dislike him, but I want to ask him, how did you come about the weapon of mass destruction? The way I will frame the question, any answer he gives will implicate him. The way, no matter how intelligent you think he is, because Tony Blair is the Obama of the UK. The way he's very intelligent, he's very smart with words, or he's the Bill Clinton of the UK. He's very smart with words. But I think that I would love to ask him that question and look in his eyes as he will lie, and I will smile, I'll shake my head like that day I asked Odion, you score everywhere, why can't you score with your head? And I just said, God does not give you everything. He gives you some, and he doesn't give you some. I'm contented with what I have. I won't die for love that day. So Vladimir Putin is the guy that I would really love to interview. Aside with Vladimir Putin is Tony Blair. But then in sports, I don't think there's anybody I'm crazy about. Zlatan Ibrahimovic. I kind of like Zlatan Ibrahimovic. I like widows, right? So I would love to interview Zlatan Ibrahimovic. Michael Ballack. Would have loved to interview Michael Ballack as well and ask him, questions about all the failed attempts at winning something. What does it do to him? Like, does he feel like he was cursed, he was jinxed, and all that? But hey, it is. And then another person I would love to interview. Some of you don't know him, Stefan Effenberg. Okay, Stefan Effenberg. When I went to Germany last October, I asked after him. He said he's a great player, but have a very disgusting attitude. That's what they said, not me. It's the top guy in Germany, Bayern Stadium, that said that. Sorry. That's the 10th one. Okay, that's the 10th one. Okay, so let me come to the comment section, the place where I like to jolly the people that are not vicious like Reginald. Reginald, we're done putting on the spot all the time. Tosi Levan is a good morning, good people. Real showed class, not class again last night, but the ref looked a bit biased. So referee was there involved in that class. Referee was the class captain. Henry Morris said Bayern were happy when the ref didn't look into the Arsenal penalty kick. Now they want to complain about Madrid. They should take it just the way Arsenal took theirs. Ref did nothing wrong. Arsenal fans, people are evil, sha. People are evil. Tosi gloating and bragging again. Tosi says first to like again today. Lamere says one of the first to enter the program today. Thank God. Johnny Gaffa, Alpha, it's been a while. I don't understand you. You just come once, you just disappear. Alpha with that is what we discussed now, Morocco stuff. I they go. Okay, money need that. No, let's not talk about it here, Sha, but we can chat about it later. Lamere says Bayern was robbed by both the referee and his linesman. He then tried to correct his calamity by letting them play well over time, but the damage is already done. The damage already done. You know that song? I think that was Benny Man also, or Buju Banton. I don't know, but one of those dancehall kings. Doesn't say we service provider do you use? I use MTN right now, and I got do. Let me say, make Bayern relax. Madrid dominate them. Okay. Paris Saint-Germain dominate Dortmund did first today. Just a pointer. To dominate is different from robbing you. If you dominate me, then win. Don't let somebody help. Jerry Sampson says nice one, boss. Nice one too. Thank you very much. Ibrahim Abiola says like play. Now Sobeli and to win trophy before Hurricane or Bayern try share. Yes, Hurricane took his. We don't say that enough. A shitty jeans club, Tottenham Hotspur jeans, and took it to Bayern, and they lose all the titles that they normally would win, even the league title. Okay, well, let me say, God of Soccer favor Dortmund for the Champions League glory. Demola Belly Brian says, I hope network is stable today. Is it stable? Is it stable? You guys should tell me. But I think it is. I'm having fun here. Just remember, they say, if you use MTN, let me ask how to complain. They will send someone to check your place out and try to fix it. Okay. Demola Benny Brian says Madrid just have that Champions League DNA in them, always getting results. But I hope Dortmund beat them in the final. Cause I'm rooting for the yellow submarine, the yellow wall. Yellow submarine is Villarreal. 69 football say if that game was in the MPFL, you hear home must win. That's why our league would go blah 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 blah. Yes. Demola Berry Brian said, I think the referee already blew the whistle before Bayern scored that goal, so I can't blame the referee. Now that's where the referee is wrong. The rule says that a goal ban move like that, you should let it go. Even if you enter goal, you cannot go and check VAR, right? Why the hurry? Why the hurry to raise the flag? Why the hurry? Normally those moves are let on. Let it go because it's a goal ban move. Anything can happen, so that you don't use human error to rule out a proper goal. The hand of Rudiger already put everybody on. So what's the hurry? What was the hurry? Why the hurry? Where did they already go? Olatunji Emmanuel say, I may be wrong, but just seems like Haaland and Mbappe weren't seen in later stages of the UCL, and it makes me appreciate what Ronaldo and Messi did. But Vinicius was quite more active and looked good. Henry Murray said, bros, don't let Mr. B hear you saying you no want make Madrid win the UCL. He could take court order for you. You better hear this one. Like right now, I don't want Madrid to win the Champions League in the next 10, 15 or even 20 years. I don't know say Madrid must not win this one. Dortmund must win, hopefully. But Madrid in the finals. More bad officiating will happen. Olafat, he said, good morning, boss. Good morning to you. I think Thomas Tuchel wanted to do what he did against Arsenal, but Ancelotti was wise enough to take risk and threw enough attackers at them, which insulated the defense and left Joselu. Oduni Rebeleko says, where have you been, Oduni? It's been a while. He said, like I never left. Good to be back in this space. Thank you very much. Olafat says, and this is why I blame Arteta for not throwing all his attackers. He gets attackers. He said not throwing all his attackers. Who is for bringing? Not the Eddie Ketien. Eddie Ketien, that cripple. I don't understand. I blame Arteta. Now Rapao person get married in where go Thanksgiving. I be say because the richest person in church wear the most expensive Abana here, you can't wear the most. You not get. People get who they go throw in. I said I get who they go throw in. Bros, calm down, be coming down. I don't be judging people like that too. Somebody go market buy a lake more. You say the food no the same way. You just say go send the same way we say we buy beef and chicken and fish and the rest. But the beef flavor. I beg. Rafat, let me read your message. They say, and this is why I blame Arteta for not throwing all his attackers during the second leg after the game, but brought in Jesus and trust. And the way you take right this is your plan. I don't understand. Johnny Gafar say, Daffy, I finally agree with you. ETH must leave this up. No, you're not going to agree. Stand your ground. It must not go. See, Manchester United, let's agree. Manchester United will not, in our lifetime, will never dominate the Premier League like they did in Saleh. Let's also agree. We are all human beings, forget whether you support the club or not, that Manchester United dominance was not just football related. It was manipulated. Now, there are a lot of people who have more money to manipulate this. If you not like, my guy, or football director, this whole structure that people are talking about, Man United get that structure. He not go see change anything. Sign the best players, get the best recruiter, get the best scout. He not go change anything because what you used to, what you people call the success, it is because Silas Ferguson knows say my referee they give a result. Now make a bold, they feel the sack. You go they Beckham go, Ruud van Nistelrooy go, this one go, this one go. Because he knows say, you know how when Enyimba won the Champions League and they came out and said when Omeri was demanding for certain extras, and they said, we know how we want this thing. Don't come here and be forming like saying that your tactics win us. Because they know who they bribe, they know the referee. That's the reason why there's not a club in European football that can try those nonsense that Man United was doing. Okay? So now, even if you get your structures together, but you cannot bribe referees anymore like that. You don't have the access anymore on the inside. You don't even know who to call and who to talk to. None of it dominate the game like that. But now let's look at Erik ten Hag. Erik ten Hag say he wants to play free-flowing, possession-based football. Most of the players you have are kick and follow players. Structure the team well. But Man United cannot be so bad that Crystal Palace will beat Man United 4-0. Come on. Please. I'm not saying Crystal Palace is not a good team, but no, that will not be structure or management or board. That's tactical, switching, tweaking the team, arranging player selection, knowing what to do. And not knowing it, like I said, Wenger in his days, is the reason why I've always said he should be fired. Erik ten Hag, keep the nigga out of that, keep that bald-headed guy out of that place. Lizard. Didn't like I said, Tuchel, no debut. Oluwaseyi Adebowale said those referees have refereed finals and bigger matches. I refuse to believe that was just an error. I mean, it's a very basic thing for a linesman to keep the flag down when the offside is tight. They don't collect money. So if you don't believe that referees in Europe fix matches, try and go to TikTok and search for funny football stories. and just listen to referees talking about how they officiated games and some of the encounters, some of the things that you will know that what thing they call match fixing for Nigeria would learn. We did training school. Whenever I get appointments, whenever I get certificates, we learn. Raji Moshu say, what's your take on the goal Bayern Munich scored that was ruled out as offside? I would talk since now. Odino Rebecca say, even with the linesman error, was VAR not there to help? If the referee not want to listen, what you could do? Nana, what did you delete? Okay, all of us say, come on, like they say is a bastard. Bayern players are complaining about bad officiating. So where was their energy when it happened at the Emirates? They make them say, make them they go house. Okay, the one I say Kane and Dyer carried their bad luck to Bayern. Olafat says not just Harry Kane, they decided to bring Spurs item and the back and front in Kane and Dyer. Well, let me say Palmer and Yamila, that backup boy who will win FIFA Young Player of the Year. Palmer have tried for a team that is not really doing well. I like Yamila. I like that Yamina guy. I like Yamina. Well. But Palmer, you can't take away the goals. So I think I'll go with Palmer. But that doesn't mean that I don't like Yamina. But you know that goals of Kopama in a terrible Chelsea team like this, I'll give it to Kopama. The referee already whistled before. Guy, calm down. Demola Abiodun Ibrahim say ETH beat Arsenal now and revive his career at United. Okay, now that one I go kill United now. Olafat say, boss, against Man City in the Community Shield, Chelsea at Stamford Bridge and United at Emirates. Immediately he went behind. He brought in the boys, including ESR, Vieira, Nketiah, and he got results. Those people are not Bayern. Those people are useless people. All the people you mentioned now are useless teams. Useless teams, how you mentioned. City, how many communities you City done with? City didn't take community serious. Look at all the other teams you mentioned this season. Fyong Beta, my Shakira. They're asking me who are the crush on just now. I think I was crushing on you one time. He said my witchcraft worried that review. It's my girlfriend. You don't be fitting. Going to abroad should refine you, like you should just chase more polish. This is not good. He said my witchcraft worried that referee. God save us, say abroad, the security they had for touch am for Lagos. See. Now, woman, that babe, now they talk this is so fine. If you see this babe, you don't even believe if she be tight like this. She fine, hey, fine like foreign wish. I talk this kind of so. Finally, I was shocked to find out Casemiro is still 32 and he looks finished at the top level. Now, Man United, the key career. Man United can make a 17-year-old or a young Jordan Sancho look retired. You don't know since when Man United don't kill Anthony. You go shock Anthony Martial, come on, Man United, you will score 40 goals this season. No, that's taking it too far. 4 goals a season, can't score 40 goals this season. That one with Nicolas and Nogo Pepe are the same, the two at the same cover that they attend. Not enough credit is given to players like Thiago Silva, Ronaldo, who play at the top level in their late 30s. First off, don't use Ronaldo in any conversation like this. Thiago Silva I can take. Ronaldo, please don't use AI to compare IA. They are not the same. All I say was between Hendrick and the Brazilian youngster and Yamal, who will become a better player, looking at the fact that Hendrick has achieved more than him. First off, who will become a better player is you telling me that I'm clairvoyant enough to go into the future and tell you what will happen. I'm not sure I can say that because a lot of factors will come to play. Hendrick is a Brazilian, so normally their nature of injuries and party may come to play. Lamine Yamal is a European player trained under a system that says you must follow instruction, you must follow order and all that. So they are two different players. They got potential to both be great, but it is the club they play for, the coaches they play under, the people they surround themselves around. The factors that make you great is a lot of factors, especially at a young age like this. I can't sit here and make a prediction. I can only tell you a player that's not good. Like when everybody was shouting Ansu Fati, I told everybody, especially Ediale Kingsley, I said, Ediale, get the web of Barcelona off your eye. This boy knows how to play ball. He's a bit run. And in my lifetime, I've seen a lot of players who Sabi run, but he not get boss sense. Like that football intelligence to be playing around Messi and playing around all these great players, playing under that, go through that La Masia, and you come out and this is what you're offering, and all of them they shout. He not Sabi. The thing that you're making you think that he's good is because he's with great players. You see, that's also what I always look at for Foden, this Kopama and the rest of them, and it's a little bit of why I respect the Kopama, and I so you can put him up there because he's playing among Chris people where their sense not correct, and he's delivering. The instinctive play reminds me of Michael Owen when he was younger, but let me see him do it again for another season. Like when he first came out at Everton at the age of 16 or 18, so, oh good, one off, and then he went to Manchester United and. Oh boy, like a tree planted by the rivers of water. He was bringing us in food in season and out of season. It was incredible. Michael Owen, if he hadn't gotten that injury, man, that's the kind of guy that you would say will win the Ballon d'Or back to back in England because he was good. But then when he got that injury, everything ended. And as a player who also got deprived of playing football with injury, I understand what injury does to a football player. Having said that, I look at these guys and I say to myself, they are too young for me to make a prediction on them right now. But do they have the potential? Yes. Both of them have the acorn seed in them. They can grow to become oak trees in the game. But between acorn seed and oak trees, there are a lot of rabbits and raccoons that will dig that ground and take the seed and chop it or go and throw it away somewhere else. Follow Ice Age. You understand the thing I'm talking about now. So let's keep our fingers crossed. I can't give you a definite answer for sure. If you're asking me, are they quality players? We got talent? I would say yes. But you see, Yamina, for instance, reminds me of Musiala. Musiala, who when he started, we all like, okay, this guy, Musiala, Leroy Sané, but you get to play in some clubs where the clubs does not want you to be like if you play for Bayern does not want you to play football and become a Ballon d'Or winner. Bayern wants you to play and sacrifice for the good of the team, the collective, the group, instead of the individual. You play for Madrid says, you know what, we are going to project you so much so that you become the best. And so it depends. If some of those players go and play in England, they're not ever going to win Ballon d'Or. They will play in England and make nice. It ends there. But winning Ballon d'Or, nah. You think that if Erling Haaland scored 56 goals in La Liga last season, they'll give Messi that award? Find a way, you don't go win them all. They will find a way to make sure so you know winner. So all of those factors can come to play. But in terms of being great, they can stay disciplined, work very hard, put in the shift because there is a shift required. In football, I don't care who you are, how talented you are, you need to put in the shift. And then as I found that out in Madrid, the sports team in Chelsea. I know every time I watch podcasts, I watch media, people talk this. He come to training with his laces untied and he play matches. They try to justify stupidity. Like people say it, and say, I tell you, talent do better than hard work. Shut up. Hazard was rubbish. Let's call it what it is. Okay, he cannot train for a week and come on match day and destroy everybody. Understand? And then I saw him on Mikel Obin's podcast. He said, I am like Ronaldinho. Our career doesn't have to be long. I have food, I have money. Who don't get food and money? Shut up. Sign you for Real Madrid. If you say you don't already make up your mind to retire, you for not go Real Madrid, you for not take their money, you for not go waste their time. Okay? But people like use that as justifier. So I think that for them, it is the people they have around them, the work rate that they put in. And you know the funny thing, the people who say these things will not tell you that Neymar is a failed footballer. It's like, wait a minute. Hazard is not a failed footballer, but Neymar is a failed footballer. And I hear some people from Africa saying that, like, everybody from Africa, all of the great players that you have in Africa, no one feels the boot of Neymar, but you're calling him a failure. There's nobody, no successful player out of Africa that can match in terms of achievement, in terms of numbers, in terms of anything that can match Neymar. Is a failure. But Eden Hazard is not a failure. Let me leave the conversation there. So for Hendrik and Yamal, I think it is matter of the people surrounding them, the clubs that they choose to go play, the league that they choose to go play, and how they can stay long in the game. I mean, now football has come back to normal. Eye test is back. Statistics, all those Cristiano Ronaldo and Lionel Messi scoring 91 goals in a calendar year, it's now reduced. We're back again to eye test, the way I used to love football. You're going to judge a football player based on all this SG and all this. I don't even bother. You don't see me come here and ever do my show and I'll give you that. No, I'm old school. I'm going to stay in my old school way. I'm going to judge football based on my eyes. I still trust my eyes. They're still good, even though I need to do glasses. My brain still work well. I don't need a smart computer somewhere telling me that a footballer make 200 passes in a game. Because again, I was doing one analogy with some friends and Lee Baba and some other senior friends, and I was saying that, look, bros, these things that you guys are posting, you guys are not football people. You don't even understand what you're posting. The details of this, they told say one player make a 30-something pass in a game. And I said, Tony Cruz make one pass to eliminate all those 30-something passes that guy make. And so you want to tell me that Tony Cruz is not a better player than that? And then I now brought one statistics about players in midfield, and N'Golo Kante was ranked the lowest. And I said, but N'Golo Kante make more blocks, more stop, more recovery than all of these players put together. In 5 games, N'Golo Kante would make more stop, more retrieval, more blocks, more ball-winning moves than all these other 7 midfielders in a full season. But the statistics that was favoring progressive play, attacking play, now made N'Golo Kante come back last. I said, so you will take this thing now, somebody will go inside a radio studio and go and inform his public, his audience, that N'Golo Kante is below all of these guys. You understand? So sometimes we have to use what our eyes, our brain, the one that God gave us, is way better for me than what man created, and then we want to jump on that. Having said that, we've come to the end of the show today. Thank you very much, everybody. I hope there was no network problem. Everybody got it the way it's coming out fresh out of the press from here. And tomorrow, get ready for Pidgin English. We got a show tomorrow. You go red. Then go feel it. Yes, when I go feel it. The Pidgin English one guy write me say, I don't understand what you're saying half the time, but I just love the mannerism and everything that goes on with it. And I look forward to the Fridays, and I've restructured. It's off. We used to be Wednesday. It's now shifted it to Friday so that he can focus on it. That's okay. That he wants to watch it live rather than going for a play. So fine. So an additional audience that we'll have. But tomorrow, get yourself invite your friends. Invite people so we have fun, like using English. None of that in the sweet. Okay. Once again, my name is Edafi Manchester. You love to come in the on the sports. It's been a good time on the sports buffet today. Have a wonderful Thursday and weekend ahead. But let's do this again tomorrow. Be the very, very, very best of who God created you to be. Like I always say, if you can't be the solution, please don't be the problem. And if you can't fix it, let's stand in the way of those that are fixing it. Let success flow. Thank you very much, guys.